Travis Wayne Goodsell. I'm going to solve in this video all of the controversies surrounding Joseph Smith and the Book of Mormon, and we'll try to make it quick. Hopefully not an hour like I did for a View of the Hebrews. First controversy is Joseph Smith is a young man of let's see, 1827 or 1827. So he was 25 years old when he began to write the Book of Mormon. So that, you know, and the church always tells us he only had a third grade education. And I see the church is admitting that Hiram went to Dartmouth, so that's good to see. But Joseph didn't get into Dartmouth, and the church claims he's not a translator, and so the process of composing the Book of Mormon, as I found out in the View of the Hebrews, Mormon scholars say that Joseph Smith composed the Book of Mormon. And so how did Joseph do it? You know, was it with the Urim and Thummim glasses? Was it with rocks and a hat? Oh no, what do we do? Was it just revelation that he got in his head, and why then would he need the rocks or the glasses? And the whole concept of getting the plates and the mystic frogs that were zapping him, and the plates would sink into the ground. You didn't know that one? That version came out in 1827. Never made our canon. And then there's the controversy of whether he was in Harmony, Pennsylvania when all this happened, or was he in Susquehanna when it happened, and how did he get back to the farm? What's going on there? You'd have to again watch the video I did on Joseph Smith yesterday. And so there's also the controversy of all the plagiarized books. You know, how did Joseph Smith get access to those publications? Is he still a prophet if you plagiarize? Are you still a revelator if you plagiarize? And View of the Hebrews being one of those books. And did he plagiarize it, or was it his religion? And let's see, the Book of Mormon, is it archaeologically accurate, or is it a fraud? And the science contained in the Book of Mormon, that, you know, like the European animals in America, can we find evidence? The coinage, who's the first ones to do coinage? Was it the Babylonians, or was it the Greeks? But yeah, apparently it made it into the New World. And what other controversies are there around the Book of Mormon? Oh, the amount of time it took. Yep. Those list of 17 things in order to write a Book of Mormon, well, you've already set it up. We have to plagiarize the Book of Mormon in order to see if we can do what Joseph Smith did. I did that video, explained that. You know, if you're going to have people replicate a Book of Mormon, then they have to replicate the Book of Mormon. And so they, therefore, we would have to go through and do the whole copying ourselves onto paper using our hand rather than our Twitter fingers. I learned to type, so I use computer. I need a screen, not some little tiny dot to squint to look at. What else is there? I think those are pretty much the majority of the town that said, no, this is manuscript found by Solomon Spaulding. And so Mormonism Unveiled was published. What else? I think those are the major controversies with the church, with the Book of Mormon. You have the first vision that comes out in 1838 as Jesus tells him that you're going to be involved in a marvelous work and a wonder, so don't join the Presbyterian church, of which Alvin's funeral service was held by, as he tells the family that Alvin's going to burn in hell. or the Methodists in Harmony, who told Joseph Smith he's not welcome in their town and in their organization church because of that glass-looking incident. Yeah, it's pretty simple to understand. When you're a different religion, other religions don't tolerate you. And so, yeah, you don't have Congregationalists in New York. And so when Alvin dies, who do you go to? You go all the way to Vermont? Have Ethan Smith do it for you? No, that's too much of a burden to have to do that. So, yeah, you take who's ever around, and he was a Presbyterian preacher. And he obviously said, well, you're not Presbyterian, so that means your son's going to burn in hell. That's what you get if you don't have your own religion to go to. And so, yeah, the Methodists, same thing. Joseph Smith is a Congregationalist. Congregationalists believe in the Urim and Thummim and rocks in a hat, with Justice Winchell joining. And so, yeah, the Methodists don't take kindly to Congregationalists. And so Joseph was out, despite their need of comfort during the loss of their firstborn. And the loss of the 116 pages. Oh yeah, that's more stuff. 116 pages, what were on them? How can we get them back? Yep, and the sealed portion, what was in the sealed portion? Yep. And the brass plates, all Mormons have forgotten that, right? Brass plates were prophesied to go throughout all the world. Where are they? What happened? Ezekiel 37 turns out to be the Book of Mormon rather than the brass plates. How did that happen? So yes, all these controversies. Oh no, what do we do? How do we figure this out? Nobody knows. We just have to choose for ourselves what we want to believe, and that is our own truth. No. Joseph Smith had nothing to do with the Book of Mormon. Should I do lightning bolt sounds at that point? Probably should. I'll try to remember. It's around 10 minutes. I don't know if I can find 10 minutes in the... Well, we'll see. So, yeah, Joseph Smith did not write the Book of Mormon. So please, guys, stop all the nonsense. He didn't translate it. He didn't reveal it. He didn't write it. All he was there to do was read what Sidney Rigdon wrote to Martin Harris, to have Martin Harris pretend like he was helping. That's it. That's all. And Joseph blew it. And so yes, Martin Harris was out of the picture. Went back to Palmyra, and as we find out, Joseph had to move. And so yeah, he went to Susquehanna River, and Oliver Cowdery now takes over for Joseph Smith. And so we can see from that Oliver Cowdery was the one helping Sidney Rigdon in Ohio. And then Oliver Cowdery, then after the 116-page fiasco, stayed in Ohio, but then went all the way to Manchester, the farm there. So where Joseph Sr. and maybe William, he was there with the Congregationalist religion with forging of copper plates too. So he may have been there. We don't hear too much, but yeah, it's a real simple answer to all the confusion in the church. So many confusing Mormons and ex-Mormons and critics and historians that a boy as young as I could not know how to decide. And so thus it was necessary that I read, ponder, and pray. So no, I just do the research, identify the facts from the evidence, then you assemble them together, and wada boom bada bing. It's amazing what happens. So